The Super Mario Bros. Movie is the animated big screen adaptation of the iconic Nintendo franchise, with this film being produced by So I'm going to try to bounce talking this as an actual movie with sprinkling in how it is as an adaptation here and there. So in this movie, Mario and Luigi are thrust into an adventure when they're caught in the middle of the battle of helping Princess Peach defend her Mushroom Kingdom from the incoming Bowser. Now on the surface, this movie looks fantastic. All Illumination movies really look great. You know, those movies, their movies have just this energy and just look about them that's just so playful and perfect for a kid's movie, and it's really perfect for bringing this world of Mario to life. That combined with throwing in the iconic Mario themed score here and there really helps bring this world to life. This plays into the parts where the movie is actually replicating the stuff from the video game, those sort of obstacle courses and whatnot, just the energy about it, the way it's filmed, everything, it's really done really well. And the actual Mario Kart scene is done pretty well here too. There's also a stellar voice cast behind this film, and most of them did a solid job. Chris Pratt, for all the controversy there is behind him, a lot of the times I didn't find his voice was really, his regular voice was really just kind of unrecognizable, and he wasn't a problem here. Charlie Day definitely mostly sounds like Charlie Day here playing Luigi. It's definitely not as seamless as Pratt was as Mario, but Charlie Day is a solid voice actor. He does solid work, and you know, he had a fun, you could tell he had a fun time playing Luigi here. The best performance definitely was Anya Taylor-Joy playing Princess Peach. Peach looked fantastic. I thought Anya Taylor-Joy did a really good job voicing her. This is definitely a different version of Peach, definitely more of an action-packed version, but I'm fine with that because I've always found Princess Peach to be a pretty boring character, and the way she plays into the story is not so great, so I like the updates they did to her. It worked for me here. Seth Rogen plays really well. Seth Rogen, well, technically Donkey Kong in this movie, but Seth Rogen, you know, Seth Rogen always does good voice work, but he really is just seemingly playing the same character in every movie, but, you know, kind of does a solid job at that. Jack Black, really, he plays Bowser, and it doesn't really, a lot of the times you don't even hear Jack Black's normal voice. It's really kind of grunted and whatnot, but the problem is that his Bowser probably has the worst individual scene in the movie by far, actually, and that's a song he sings about his love for Peaches. It's just really bad, and it's just sort of typical Illumination. You know, scenes like this are really typical for Illumination Studios, the ones who produced this film. Their movies just don't try very hard in general. You know, they aim very low in terms of demographics, which a lot of the times mean they're really fucking lazy. Talking about stuff like The Grinch, yuck. Minions, yuck. The Secret Life of Pets, ugh. You know, with those movies, the priority is really just amusing kids with shenanigans like the Bowser scene I just mentioned. And any type of storytelling that's worth a shit just isn't present at all. Speaking of storytelling, there really isn't any. After Mario teams up with Peach, stuff just, you know, happens. You go from one scene to another video game scene, to another video game scene, to a fight, to this, to that, and there's just not really any kind of build up or correlation to these scenes that really makes the storytelling come together. There is some fun, obviously, to be had with the more video game-like sequences and the other parts in the movie, the redeeming aspects that I mentioned. But it all goes back to the fact that this movie just not try or aim very high when it came to sort of quality filmmaking. I kind of sort of a comparison that's sort of right to make is with the recent Sonic movies that came out. Now, I don't think those two Sonic movies are anything great, don't get me wrong. You had the first one, which I thought was just okay, I guess, at best. Second one was actually pretty solid, but both of those movies obviously aren't aiming very high in terms of being some epic cinema. But in all honesty, despite it being sort of a live action adaptation, which probably wasn't the best way to go, they tried and aimed, a lot more effort was put into them than this when it came to storytelling and other stuff. With this movie, you don't really get that. It's a solid thing in terms of amusing kids, and the fact there's a lot of energy and a lot of fun that you'll have in there. But there's just so much here and there that just reminded me of typical Illumination, and that's not a good thing. 5 out of 10 for the Super Mario Bros. Movie is what I would give it. Unsurprisingly, the movie made major bank at the box office. This is really a critic-proof movie in that aspect, but I definitely think future installments will need to definitely, well, power up if they want to keep that box office going, because it worked in terms of seeing a big screen adaptation, animated adaptation of the Mario Brothers movie. This movie had amazing marketing, and like I said, it looked great. But now that people have actually seen how it is and how it is as a movie, future installments will definitely need to power up and be better if they want to keep that franchise train rolling, which it probably will, at least for another installment. So that'll do it for this review of the Super Mario Brothers movie. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching.